Welcome to Tales from the Top. My name is Frankie and this is my co-host,
Stan the Man.
And we are excited to talk to you about what's been happening in Magic after we've had a little bit of time with Lorwyn Eclipse. Stan, it's good to see you after a little bit of a hiatus.
I know, we took a couple weeks off, so technically we missed an episode, which I know we've had episodes come out a week late, but I don't think we've ever missed one.
2 weeks, yeah. I don't think we've ever gone this long.
Yeah, sorry for being lazy. We were both just the busiest we've ever been.
I mean, that's not true. I'm so for those of you that don't know, I'm currently in a time period where I'm working 2 shows.
Yeah.
In addition to my private lessons are really ramping up right now. So I have scheduled the days of the week that I see my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because I am that busy.
No, we are. We are literally both the busiest we've ever been at the same time as.
And I haven't
kind of card games also booming, which we'll get into shortly. But not only are we busy in our personal lives, but because of what's happening in card games, which makes us have more shit to talk about.
Yeah,
I'm at work just drowning in so much extra work than usual, which is crazy. But I finally got a new employee, which is great.
Yes, so good.
Yeah, and he's good. He's a great dude. I'm actually really happy. I know we talked about a lot on the podcast where I'm I don't want to hire somebody, blah, blah, blah. It's so... Hiring people is really miserable. It really is. Especially for a small business.
And he hasn't left after talking to Sergio, so I mean...
He definitely feels about Sergio the same way you do, so...
Oh, look at that. I gotta go.
That was so funny. Mark is great. He's cool, and he's actually a really good Pokemon player, so I get extra territory covered and stuff like that I might be lacking in knowledge-wise, which is really refreshing. And last night we actually got to play. He has a Pokemon Cube, and for those that don't know, or those that do know, rather, Pokemon, if you play it, it's impossible to draft. You can't draft Pokemon. You can try to do a 3-pack draft, it just really fundamentally doesn't work. And most of that just has to do with the nature of evolutions. Magic doesn't really have my Badger Mole turns into a giant Badger Mole, right? So if you're drafting, let's say you needed to I want to play my what's a really busted Lorwyn card for draft right now? Let's say all your incarnations needed to evolve. You needed a guy to draft to even be able to play them,
Sure.
That's kind of how Pokemon would be. And so he has a pre-built cube that actually makes the draft format work. And we played that last night because they needed an 8th player, and he had a bunch of guys at the shop. It was a really good time.
That sounds super cool.
It was very fun. You should play with us sometime. I think you'd like it. But beyond that...
I can't get into any more card games.
You don't have to get into it. It's just cube.
It's just cube.
I got to actually play Vintage Cube this past weekend, too, because they played on Saturday instead of Friday. And because I had Mark with me, I was listen, I'm juggling, but I've got Mark, so... I'm not alone on a Saturday. I can do 3 things at once. And one of the things was draft for the Vintage Cube that they were doing, that Alex E hosts here all the time. I was so sad. I drafted the sickest deck. When you sit next to the bots in the play draft.
Yeah.
And it's not PvP. That's what I felt like. Sorry, Gabe. But dude, my deck was it was so crazy. I felt really bad because Alex E was waiting for me. I get there and I'm okay, I got 5 minutes to play. Anyways, Dumpster You, Time Walk, Time Twister, Omnath, Trigger, play a Trexa with the extra mana, blah, 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 blah. 2 extra lands, Exploration. And he's just yeah, you got me. I'm just and Omnath is the bait deck in Vintage Cube usually. So if you're going to make it work, Exploration is kind of one of the cards that'll do that. But just having a good time, actually getting to play here and there, at the shop. Really refreshing, really refreshing. I do desperately wish I had the time to go to RCQs or higher level events and play some comp Magic. The formats right now are so cool. I'd love to just play some Riftbound. I'd love to go to a planetary qualifier for Star Wars. I'd love to play Weiss Shores even. There's the deck that I was playing previously in Weiss got nerfed. They took a card that was formerly a 4 of and they made it a 2 of. Because Weiss has weird restriction bans instead of full bans.
Sure.
And then they released a new deck that came out that's even like more interesting to me because like the way Weiss Shores plays is like your deck is a kind of a puzzle, and I'm like, this is a really cool deck. Gabe introduced me to it. I really wanted to play it. I don't know when the next regional is, but I think I might have already missed one just because even my Sundays now are like locked up, which sucks.
Jeez.
Did you want to add anything, or what?
No, I'm also just laughing at you earlier being like, "Oh, no man, you don't have to get into it. It's just cube." Like it's just a quick
It's just
That's what happened to Magic. I was like, I'll just go to one pre-release.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back, baby.
Hey, to be fair, like Todd is playing Pokemon now in our weeklies. Todd built like 4 decks, and he's playing Pokemon every week now. All the guys love it. They're like, yes. Now they're like, you got to get it on too. I'm like, bro, like it's Saturday. Like I'll try.
Wow, Todd is back. Just not how I expected.
It's actually really refreshing. The only thing that sucks for him is he didn't know rotation was coming up, and he accidentally built like 3 decks that are about to rotate.
They're about to rotate?
Yeah, so
Ooh.
It's not that bad in Pokemon because like one of the things that I like about Pokemon a lot is and if you want to play some competitive game and you are on a budget but you really want to play a card game, Pokemon trading card game, really good game. Like phenomenal gameplay. It is really fun, and like probably the only game that kind of has it solved in terms of like price ratio to price point per deck. Like the product is semi-difficult to acquire, so like it's desirable but attainable in a way that like even though it's like hard to get, you can still get it, even though there's like scalpers and all that stuff. Like the nature of the games are like if there are scalpers in your game is healthy. If there aren't scalpers in your game is dying. So like it is what it is. Like you have to battle. They're part of the ecosystem.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, there are some in Star Wars too. You believe it or not. But like, if your game isn't worth scalping, your game is like not in a good spot. It's like when you play video games online. There's like bots people bot all the time. It's like, well, it's just part of the ecosystem. It sucks. You hopefully can actively try to diminish what they do. Online gaming, you like report them, right? But like in person, it's like you don't feed the scalpers, don't pay the inflated price. As a store owner, it's like my responsibility if I want the game to succeed to hoard my product for my locals. And if I know somebody's a scalper, I actively try to avoid selling them stuff, which ends up being more work for me, but I think it's more worth it in the long run for the players, for my community, and then just for the vibes that I'm trying to go for personally. And Pokemon, the decks are like $40, like straight up like meta deck. Like I'm talking like whatever you're like, oh, airbending Pokemon, $50, bro. Like they're like sometimes a random card might get expensive. Like I think Goldangles are like $10 right now, but he's about to rotate. So that's like
$10.
Yeah, and that's like a place that I would
brother.
Like,
yeah, that's my only complaint about Magic right now is like every new card that gets printed that's like a 4 of in every color.
Yeah, $50
deck. Yeah, not even like.
Sometimes more, sometimes less.
Yeah, like Badgermole Cub is crazy.
Which is kind of full circle to how it was back in the day when I used to talk about the podcast. Like, people don't understand the grind of like Battle Zendikar getting Ally Zendikar or Shadows or Innistrad having Archangel Evison, and you needed 4 of them, and they were like $50-$60, or like Jace Vryn's Prodigy being like $100 in standard, and you needed 4 of them, and then we got to a point where like the cards kind of sucked, and like nothing was expensive, and now the cards are good again, they're cool. But now they're expensive again, and the standard is like also like the healthiest it's ever been. So now the cards have such a high demand, such a high price, and so like there's a give and take for sure. Just Pokemon is so nice where like the collectors will rip so much product, and they don't have collector packs; they just have regular boxes. So there's like rip, trying to find those like SIRs, gold rares, hyper rares, whatever for their collections, and they're like, oh, playables. So like literally, bro, like a EX that's like really good. Like for example, Gardevoir EX in Pokemon right now, one of the strongest decks in the format, has been very strong since it came out almost 2 years ago. It's literally a $4 playset. It's like you could get it for, and if you really want to get them tomorrow, $6. You know, you pay the shipping or
pay
whatever.
for I'm expediting this for this tournament this weekend.
And it's a really good card. Like the deck is consistent. It's crazy, and so it's really nice with Pokemon. So like whenever the kids are getting into it, I'm like, dude, play Pokemon with your kids. Parents that want to play card games with their kids, they're like fifth, 6th grade, and they're getting into card games. you could literally build 4 standard decks for like a couple $100, and you're like set. You and your kid can play whatever you want, play different decks every week. All decks that you could play at a league challenge or a league cup. Really, really fun. That's like probably my only real complaint with Magic is like if you are an average person, let's be real, Magic is really hard to afford. It is really hard to afford without like making connections with friends, borrowing cards here and there. You know what I mean?
I know. Thank God for Uncle Fred, because I would just be done by now if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, honestly, I find it really refreshing that we have so many friends because of the nature of how our group is set up. Obviously, everybody doesn't have this privilege, but I really highly encourage you guys to get into groups of friends that are in the hobby that you guys can trust, foster like mutual respect, have a playtesting group, and be willing to share cards with each other, because it just makes it so much more affordable, so much easier, especially because not every one of you is going to go to every event. Like if I was playing right now, I can't go to every RCQ, but I might have a place at a Quantum Privilege. I can be like, yo, just toss them to me when I need them for the RCQ at the end of the month or whatever.
Because of how busy I am right now, I'm not going to a lot of stuff either. And this week, I'm going to stop by on Thursday after I get done with Judson.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, like here are these Riftbound cards for Ethan. And
Yeah.
here is this Jeskai deck for Julian.
Yep.
And it's really nice. And I'm going to be hitting them up in the same way because...
Are you not gonna be here Saturday for the Sword Champs?
Dude, I wish.
Oh my god! The thing just came up on my screen up here.
I'm so sad.
That Onslaught Pride, it's so beautiful.
It's so good.
Every time the art comes up and somebody's back here or in the area, my new employee Mark, he's so funny. Oh, excuse me. My new employee is so funny. He's like, "Hey, is Onslaught Pride a card that should have text on it?" He's like, Onslaught Pride's like not that bad, right? Oh, it's so funny. I personally love when cards have no text. Like, just we all know what they do. Let's be real. And if you don't,
get good.
Call a judge. Call a judge. Not get good. Oracle text. Judge. What does that card do?
Judge.
Judge. Is that how that works?
Speaking of Judge, our friend Jared.
Yeah.
Riftbound was this weekend.
Yeah, dude.
How was it?
We had 80, I think, for like pre-release number 1, 76-ish, I want to say. And even the next day, I think we would have had a ton more, but I only had a certain amount of kits. And it was so funny because I like Card.io, but I have to find a way to make it so people can't just join my event without like a code or something. I think there's like a QR code thing I can do, but people just join events and then like don't show up, which is first of all super annoying. I wish I could like report them. Like this guy didn't show up and he no-showed, so that they'd get banned because that's what Bushiroad does. The Japanese card games, if you join an app on the app and you don't attend, I can like mark no show and then they get banned. So it's like, hey, you know what? Don't derail our event.
Don't play.
Don't derail the event. Like if you're gonna go somewhere, check in, and if you're not gonna go somewhere, then do the due diligence of unchecking in. You know, but besides all the logistical nightmares, it was a great weekend. The gameplay is sweet. Everybody was super excited. I managed to hold pretty much all my product for locals. Got a ton of cases out to like a bunch of regulars that wanted to get good product, and got the Flex Select guys hooked up. I know George was saying he was really grateful for all the product I was able to get him and the team, and I'm just like happy to have that partnership because first of all, love our guys at Flex Slot. They're all super cool dudes. Secondly, I'm really into like the whole mutual beneficial helping each other out thing. Yeah. Love our partnership with MTG Chicago. Love shouting out our boy Jack, Goblin Ringleader. I've been watching him stream a lot this last week. He's had a new setup. It's really nice, actually.
Sweet.
And the whole Flex Slot thing, they have our logo on their jerseys.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. It was so cool. And they recently, there was a Flex Slot tournament, or sorry, not Flex Slot. There was a Riftbound tournament in Houston they went to, a 10K. Sean Gallagher got top 16, which was their cut. They actually did a top 16 cut, not top 8 cut. So he got the cut with the Board Hat logo in there. I was like, okay. And then in their Summoner Skirmish, same weekend, Marty won.
Yeah.
So like all of our boys are killing it. They, I don't know. I love rooting for my friends to win. It's actually really refreshing for me because I can't go anywhere. I can't go play tournaments.
Yeah.
And I want to go play so bad, especially now because we have such a density of good players around us. this would have been like something I dreamed about 10 years ago.
Sure.
Like no offense to my friends back then, but
They suck.
my playgroup, they sucked. Yeah, dude. Like I was one of the better players by a long shot, and I wasn't necessarily that good. Like I'm much better now as a player than 10 years ago. Like leaps and bounds better. And I was still one of the better players in my playgroup back then because I really didn't care who I played with. I was like, I play with anybody. You know what I mean? People were like so picky. I was like, dude, I don't care. Everybody's in the squad. Squad up. Let's go. Get in the car. We're going to Star City games. We're going 0-4, baby. Like we're gonna go somewhere.
Shut up, loser. Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so really nice. Actually, since we're on the topic anyway, yeah, I was asking people in Discord we should talk about, and Alex was saying like you should talk about like how we're like kind of like in a golden era of gaming for our hobbies, and I was like just thinking, I thought it was so poignant because I literally while I was typing was thinking that same thought in my head. I was like about like the small talk, what would we talk about when I was reading your script notes, and I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I have never been more excited for card games in my life. And keep in mind, I've been doing this job for like ever.
Long time.
So like it's really easy for me to get burnt out. And I'm still like, man, there's so many games. All of them are killing it. All the formats are good. We just had the ban update and it was like, dang, the formats are all good. You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time that fucking happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I agree. I think we are like in a golden age of era like TCG. Like people like keep complaining about this and that. Oh, this set's gonna flop. This set sucks. Every fucking set, banger, sales, boom, it went through. People love the limited format. Stores are packed. Commander players everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to find the L's that I'm supposed to be holding.
Yeah, I saw someone post on Twitter, and they were like, yeah, no bans. Are you kidding me? There was a standard RCQ, and there were 2 of them in my area this weekend. Neither of them fired. They're killing the game, and I was like, I'm sorry that you live in the middle of Nebraska or something, because I don't know if you saw, but
Yeah.
Pro Tour Lorwyn gave us 7 different decks in top 8.
Yeah.
With
And
like,
that's not even including the fact that we had like 50 decks in the tournament.
yeah, with like
Which in the Pro Tour, that never happens. It's always inbred, like everybody's on the same 4 decks. It was beautiful. It was a sight to behold.
Yeah, I mean, standard actually like looks good right now. Like even this week, right? Julian was like playing, like testing on MTGO and like going to a Magic tournament instead of Riftbound, and I was like, I thought like a month or 2 ago you were like Riftbound's the thing. I'm burnt on Magic, and he's like, format's kind of good.
Format is kind of good.
And I was like,
I'm telling you,
and I
bro.
was like, for my man Julian to be like,
Yes.
Magic excites me. I was like,
Well, you know a format's good when I feel like Julian is definitely like a respectable palate. You know, he's a connoisseur of TCGs. He's not just gonna be like slop it up. You know what I mean? Where sometimes I might be like pour the water on the steak, baby. You know, self-admittedly, sometimes I'm like woohoo. You know, slick back that hair. but yeah, like I think that I respect Julian a lot. I think he has a fair opinion and assessment of a lot of formats, and he's always willing to give his own opinion. It's not like regurgitated thoughts of like somebody else. Nothing pisses me off more than just have a fucking opinion, like have an original thought. I want to have a conversation with you. I love actually when I mean customers come in, and like almost always everybody has a different opinion. You know, like I had a guy come in that was like, it was actually really funny. He's like, I want to buy something for my son. I was like, well, how old's your kid? He's like, 31. I was like, okay, all right, for sure. No worries. Respect. That's actually really cool. You're a cool dad. But he's like, I just want to buy him something. He likes this shit. And I'm like, okay. And he's looking around. He's like, man, the only one I like is the Spider-Man. I'm really into Marvel. And he told me that's the one he doesn't want. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't want Spider. How does he not want? What's all this other gay shit? And I'm just like, bro, relax. He's so funny.
That's incredible.
But he's just like, yeah, I mean, I'm a Marvel guy. He's into all the rest of this stuff, like Lorwyn, I guess. I was like, that's probably what he wants. He wants Lorwyn.
He wants Lorwyn.
But
I want Lorwyn.
I was like,
too.
Lorwyn's really good. And he's like, okay. I was like, don't get me wrong, though. I'm a Marvel guy. You're going to be happy in June. I was like, in June, when it's Pride Month, you're going to get Marvel, bro. And he's like, real shit. No, he's just like, oh, for real? Like, I'm like, dude, it's an all Marvel set. And he's like, okay, I might try the game out with my kid then. I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Magic is like literally pumping something for everyone right now. And it doesn't have to be for you. Like, you don't have to like every set. It's fine. No, like, Turtles got spoiled. I'm not that excited for a lot of the cards off the bat. Maybe when it gets closer, I'm like, ooh, this one changed my mind.
Once we get some spoilers that like...
Well, we have a lot of spoilers, right? Because they fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some of the rares. I had not all of them, but some of the rares I was like, And I saw JD even was like, it's a nothing burger for Commander so far. But I looked at some of the rares that they had to spoil from the pre-release fuck up. And I was like, so far, I'm not like... Besides the artworks. I love Ninja Turtles personally. Grew up on Ninja Turtles. The artworks are sick, man.
Yeah, they look sick.
But going back to your point, you were about to add something. Oh, unless I threw the thought out of your head.
Oh yeah, it's.
I know it's a long night. I think it's almost midnight for us, and
we started,
we started pretty late.
We're just at small talk.
Yeah, exactly, and we're just both gonna get busy. Okay, so sorry if we look tired. We're definitely excited.
We definitely are.
We're just disheveled.
Anyways, so getting to that, we're gonna get to some of our housekeeping. Or did you? Sorry,
I just want to make sure we cover everything. Yeah.
Riftbound.
Golden Era of Gaming, Riftbound's great. Try to find if you can get product. If you're into the game, get the product anywhere local. Like if you find that at your Meijer, honestly, just buy the packs, bro. Like EV on the packs is like fucking crazy. Like it's literally like winning lottery tickets every time. And yeah, I mean, anything that we didn't talk about in small talk, I'll probably get into later in the episode anyway, because we have to talk about some bands. So Frank's gonna get into some housekeeping for us.
Yeah. So first off, we want to thank our patrons for all their support. They keep the lights on, help us to upgrade on equipment, stuff like that. If you would like to support the show via the Patreon, we have some different perks. One, you can have access to our Discord channel, which is free to everyone, but we've got additional perks in that channel, like some specific... I'm losing it.
He's so tired. Just join our Discord. It's literally free, and it has a bunch of people that are cool, that are willing to help you. Just recently, actually, I had a bunch of friends get into Magic. They're like brand spanking new.
Yeah.
And like, here's a whole channel just for Judge Calls. That channel has never gotten more love in its life.
Oh yeah, I just saw a couple right before.
Yeah, right now they were just like, damage and minus counters. Can I kill indestructible?
Wrong.
Wrong. Yeah. But like double strike, how does that work?
Yeah, so we've got a couple like patron only channels. You can get access to some coaching with us. We'll help you with deck techs, building,
cyber guides, etc.
Yeah, anything like that.
Always happy to help you. And people in the community are also down to help as well. For those that can't afford to join the Patreon, the Discord is free anyway. There's always people down to help you chat about whatever format you're trying to play.
Yeah, and we also have a great YouTube channel. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Show will always be free on YouTube.
Always be free there. Also, it's free on Spotify and Apple Music as well. But our patrons, at the top, Tapping Furiously for Guy's Cradle, Christian Paz and Uncle Fred. At Kiki Jiki, Tap and Ruin Opponent's Life, Mike Paulini, Jose Gonzalez, Michael Collin, Todd Sylvia, and Roosevelt Hopkins. Tapping Two Blue Men at Christian Oliveira, Jared Henry Thompson, Munsterman, Judge, Joseph Asfahani, MTG Chicago, Trent Gligorevich, Julian Eisenbrunn, Alex Marr, Ethan Carlson, and then Tap That Bird and Fly, Hector Alvarez, and Josh Dodson. Thank you. It really
also, congrats to Josh, bro. A soon-to-be father.
Soon-to-be father. It means the world to us that you've been supporting us for this 3-year journey that we've been on.
Dude, 3 years is crazy.
And we just not only love helping people within the Magic community with our takes, thoughts, opinions, but we also, the kind of community that the store fosters is like what we want to do as well.
Yeah.
So
that's what I look for anyway.
Yeah, we do that because of people like you.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy to think that by next year we'll probably be on episode 100.
That will be dope.
At the current pace we're at, I mean, if we get to 100 episodes, even if after that the podcast ends,
I'll be like
100 episodes will be freaking crazy. That'd be
I mean, if you remember when we first started, I think they said most podcasts fail by episode 11.
Yeah. Like 50% of them don't get past that episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, we could probably get at least 12 of them. I can't actually believe we've been doing it this long, to be honest, because there's been some times where we've been so busy, and I'm like, how are we gonna fit it in? You know what I mean?
Do it. Just
do it. Just do it. The new store setup has been a lot better.
It has been so much better.
The old setup has made me want to actually uninstall IRL.
Well, and we haven't done it often, but there has been a few episodes where we literally like take like a napkin, write down 5 things to talk about, and then be like, all right, go.
Yeah. The bullet points.
We're too busy, but bullet points. Let's go.
I like the bullet point scripts. I'm a yapper.
Well, we both are kind of guilty of that at different times.
For sure. Okay. The next thing, I want to not touch on it too long because I think most people that watch the show know how I feel about Commander. Well, not Commander specifically, because I love Commander, but I really don't like the Commander Rule Committee, how they handle the Commander. I don't really agree with anything they do, and I kind of never have. Like, I love Sheldon, rest in peace, but like I never agreed with like any of his decisions in the past. None of it really ever made sense to me.
It's my game, and I'm gonna do what I want.
It's kind of how it felt for the longest time. I've been playing Commander for a long time. I mean, at one point, I was playing Commander like 4 nights a week for like 2 years straight out of high school. You know what I mean? Like, because I only worked 3 days a week back then, and it was nice. Just play Commander every day with the boys. Commander, and no matter how serious or unserious you take it, a lot of times it's like this format is like way past where it was when it first came out, and like what it's supposed to be or what we wanted it to be back then, and where we are now. Like, the game is completely different. Like, we're like in a whole new age of Magic, touching back on like how we're like in like the golden era. For better or for worse, these hobbies now are mainstream. Like, it's not just like nerds and whatever that like do Magic, you know. Kind of like everybody knows about it, even if they're not into it. Everybody knows of it. Pokemon especially, that's super mainstream. Like, I get moms, young girls, kids, old people. Like, the range is insane. And it's become that for Magic and a lot of other trading card games too. And it's just so normalized. Like, you couldn't, like, you'll see now like football players. Post Malone is a good example. Famous like people in like Hollywood or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I like Magic the Gathering. The vice president. Like, I'm pretty sure JD Vance plays Magic the Gathering. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a big deal. That's really like that's basically everybody. You know what I mean? Like, the range is insane.
Magic the Gathering, baby.
In the White House. Anyways, I just know that it's really nice to see where it's at, but for like the future of the game, they have to be way more forward thinking. It's gotta stop being like, oh, remember like this whole hybrid rule thing that they were arguing about? Like, we're gonna maybe make the hybrid things not one color anymore, or two color anymore. And it's like, you guys are trying to reinvent the wheel, and it really doesn't need to be that difficult or complicated. But with that being said, we had a BNR update. Every format untouched, because every format's great right now. Modern is great. Standard is phenomenal. Pioneer is a format that currently exists as a format that WotC caters to.
Yeah, I love that they still go Pioneer, no bans, as if like they cared.
Dude, I don't even know why they read the Pioneer article.
Right.
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. 1, I love Pioneer. 2, I think it's a really good format.
True.
We've been firing Pioneer nonstop, even if we only have like 4 to 6 people. The Pioneer 6 have been holding it down. We've been slightly growing in Pioneer lately. It's got its ups and downs, but since MagicCon 2024 or 2025 or whatever, whenever I went, and that was like Recto's Vampire time, and not having a Pro Tour since, the format has gone through not too many changes, but like it's still been like a fun format to play, and I think that there is a future for Pioneer in like the scope of Magic the Gathering, for sure. But I definitely kind of understand why they're focusing so hard on Standard, you know. And in the same nature, Modern is like their secondary format, like their backup format. If they like keep alternating 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, they're not giving Standard as much attention as they seem to want to give it, which I understand why. And 2, it's way harder to balance. Like if they have a Pioneer Pro Tour, there would have been bans. Like 100%. Pioneer is not a completely balanced format. It's just that there are not enough cooks for you to realize how broken it will be. But when they do finally give it the love it gets, it will get like 10 bans, maybe 5, but like for sure, I would be willing to bet we're gonna see like 5 bans in Pioneer if and when they choose to finally treat it like a real format.
Yeah, I just feel like they could go back to what they were doing, where it just stays standard as the main format, and then they just rotate between Pioneer and Modern.
Yeah, I think the reason they're not doing that is just straight up for simplicity. It's like way less work for them to be like, focus on standard, focus on standard, focus on standard. Okay, slide Modern in there and make sure Modern's good, make sure Modern's good. Okay, cool. Focus on standard, focus on standard. And I mean, for better or for worse, it's working. And they seem to want to care about standard the most, which to me, logistically makes sense. As a company, it makes sense. For the future of the game, it makes sense. To sell product, it makes sense. So, like, it's gonna be standard, the standard show, all day, every day. Just keep in mind.
Which is fine by me.
I know, yeah, for sure. I'm not, like, arguing it with anyone. I'm just like, just so you guys know, this isn't going anywhere. It's just gonna be the standard show. I would be surprised if it changes in the near future. I would even, because, like, last year, we were like, oh, maybe this next year they'll focus on Pioneer, and last year's going to be all standard. In my head, that was like, it made sense at the time. But now then, them announcing the stuff this year and going like, all standard again, I'm like, damn, I wouldn't be surprised if next year they do the exact same thing.
Again.
All standard again. This year specifically, it's going to matter the most because we got the 7 sets. We've got the super expanded Giga Standard that's not going to rotate till 2027. Then next year, with rotation, what the format wants to look like, what Magic is going to look like in the future, that is all going to be like, I mean, it's even hard for me to conceptualize. How many sets are there going to be next year? How many of them are going to be Universes Beyond? What's going to rotate out? Why and how will that impact the format? And all of that culminates to me being like, well, obviously next year, at least 2 regionals will be standard. They have to focus on standard. It's post-rotation. It's going to be a big deal. Will we get maybe one something for quarter of love for Pioneer next year? Maybe. Who knows? We can pray. But just treat it for what it is, I suppose. You know, if you have a locals that plays Pioneer, good for you. If not, you know, it's on the back burner. Play it on Moto. Moto's still there, and it's pretty nice, and you can play the challenges with the other chefs. But I don't know. I as far as Commander goes, they unbanned Biorhythm, which is like, first of all, great. That's awesome. Cool. I like Biorhythm, I guess. But like it's such a nothing of a card. It's never been a thing. It was never a problem. It's been banned for like, dude, it's like one of like 10 green cards on the Commander ban list where it's like, all right, we're still doing this. Like, this is still what you're afraid of. And even if it is that strong, it's like an 8-mana spell. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm resolving an 8-drop, can we get to the next game? 2, the other unban was Lutri in the 99 or as your commander. It can't be your companion, I guess, is what they decided. So it's unbanned, but not as a companion. Which one? Banned as a companion, banned as a commander. If they want to bring that back, I guess. It seems all really complicated to me. Lutri was pre-banned, for those who don't remember. Like, it was like it got announced, and they were like, it's banned. It's like kind of like when
it's gonna.
Do you remember when like Elishnorn got spoiled, and then Sheldon literally called WotC and was like, please don't print that card. Like, it's gonna ruin Commander. And it literally did like nothing. Like, that's kind of how I feel about Lutri. Like, just
please don't print that.
Why?
Card.
Just let them have it. Like, who cares? Oh, but they're gonna get a free card. They have to pay 3 mana for that shit. Like, it's fucking CEDH. If that's what you're worried about, like, I swear to God, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Oh, but they're gonna pay 3 mana and get their dual caster mage. Whatever. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of it.
This is Stan being old man yelling at cloud.
It really is. But like, also, like, what are we doing? Like, why? Like, Commander 4 and 5, like bracket 4 and 5 is still not different. I love the headcanon. Like, Rin is always trying to convince me. Always. No, it's like the nature of how you build a deck. Like, a 4 is like you built it a little nerve.
It's like the
and a 5 is like CEDH. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what rich people do, but I heard that like they're like, oh, make my drink next to an open lamp and stir it, but don't shake it. And like, I'm like, that's what it feels like when they're like, oh, 4 and 5 commander are different. All right, well, on paper it says infinite game changers, no restrictions. Infinite game changers, no restrictions. What's the difference? There is no difference. Can we just admit that the bracket system doesn't make any sense and that they're overcomplicating it? There's way too many cooks in the kitchen. The Commander Rules Committee doesn't know what they're doing. There's way too many people on that committee. They get like 20 people Discord calls. I've been in 7 people Discord calls. Nobody can hear shit.
I know. I forget what were we playing?
Dude, any game.
I think that we were like TFTing while you guys were like doing a game of League.
Yeah.
And
5-man league, and some people playing TFT. It's like
I had to leave because
right.
No, you moved me.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God, because I was starting to lose it, being like, what did you say?
I know. Usually now what I'll do is like, oh, these guys are playing a different game, lower their volumes, and then raise the volumes of the people that I'm actually actively playing with. But like, that's just that, right? That's just that level of chaos. 20 people.
20 people.
What about this Underworld Breach? Should that be a game changer? It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It makes me think of like, have you ever seen SpongeBob, where like
big guy,
they're looking in his brain
for
like a file, and like things are on fire, and they're like, that's what it makes me think of.
That's how they act, and then like the article comes out, and I'm like, dude, whose job is this, man? How much are they paying you, and can I get a hookup on that job? But it's so obvious to me that like the high tier should just be no bans. Like the this is the dinosaurs with fucking lasers format, and then tier 4 is like the actual we take care of this as a band format, right? Like they just gotta let people do whatever they want in one format, have the Weenie Hut Junior format, and then they gotta have the real one that's like for comp.
Weenie Hut General.
Like it would be so easy to solve, and I don't want to get into it again because I've already ramped yapped about this on previous episodes.
His blood pressure's already high.
True, hypertension. With that being said, Frank is supposedly going to give us some updates on Lorwyn Limited and blah blah blah.
Yeah, so I'm only going to talk about this very briefly because A, the time, and B, I know that the majority of our listeners are not like, oh my gosh, limited for Lorwyn. Please tell me more.
Lorwyn Limited? Well, maybe after TMNT comes out, maybe they will be like, please
bring me back to Lorwyn.
You know what? Actually, that reminded me of, we're talking about Julian having good taste. You're like, oh, you're playing Standard? And he was the guy from Ratatouille that was like, wow, now that's the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean rats made this shit?
Yeah.
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
So originally when I talked about Lorwyn, I said that I was slightly skeptical about the typal kindred stuff.
Yeah.
Just because I thought that it would be too quickly solved, and then people...
And it kind of was for Standard.
And people will get really bored very quickly.
Sure.
But I think that's what's been really nice about this format is it's been the first time in a while where you actually can play at a slower pace. So you can go...
That is kind of true.
You can play something on turn 3 and not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not out of the game.
Yes. I was watching Gabe play some on Arena, like getting some 7-win stuff, and he tried to do like the win a collector box thing, and the gameplay looked really nice. I watched Gabe pull out of his ass some unwinnable board states, and I was like, dude, the mid-range actually cooks in Lorwyn. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I think is exciting, is that the gameplay is very grindy, which means it matters more on how you build your deck.
Yeah, and it rewards you for being the better deck builder, the better player, executing what your deck is trying to do, which obviously feels good if you're a player if you consider yourself a skillful player.
Yeah. But the thing that like it's tough is that I think that card advantage is harder to come by in this format than it has been in previous formats.
Yeah, especially if we don't get one of those flip guys.
Yeah, so you really need to be packing in your deck. Like there's a 3 mana red spell that says like you can exile the top 2 cards of your library, you may play them, or if you blight 1, you can exile the top 3. You get them until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
And those cards in a format like this are so keen, because when you are playing grinding mid-range matchups, and then you get to we're in top deck mode, and you rip one of those, you just start to drive ahead of your opponent.
Right.
And so I think that what's great is that there's more depth to this format than I think. I think that people would get bored of it if it went on for a long time. But as I just saw, TMNT is in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Our next episode is going to be the TMNT pre-release episode.
Yeah. I mean, I know we missed one episode, but usually we have a little bit of time between sets.
To be fair, though, we put our last pre-release episode like right on the edge of like when the set was about to come out.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it is what it is. It's how they lined up.
It is what
At least with this one, we'll have a week to get the episode out. And we'll have the spoilers sooner.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going to be set to set to set this year. No breaks.
No breaks. To your liking, Elves is really good. Yeah, Elves is hot in this format.
Honestly, all the tribes, man, Lorwyn gave me everything I wanted. Maybe the limited format looks different, but for standard, oh man, I am like, now more than ever, I'm like, my God, can I please go to a standard tournament?
Yeah.
Or like, it'd be even fine if I could just play in my own locals, you know. But I definitely just can't. There's just too much stuff to do.
Yeah. So the front runners of the format are green, white, Kithkin.
Yeah. Dude, I want to play Kithkin as like a standard deck so bad.
That would be dope.
There's some cool ones. I really like the one that's a regrowth if you have 3 creatures.
Oh,
I think the card is so crazy.
Yeah.
He's freaking great and limited, you know. What's her name?
I played an Elves
The
deck.
Flip Kithkin is insane. She's in the Vintage Cube now.
Oh, that one. Yeah. It's like it makes a dude if you flip it over onto the white side, and the green side lets you like make mana equal to the number of creatures you have.
Yeah, she's a guy's girl.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but I saw her, Bridget, Bree something. Bridget, Brianna, I don't remember.
I'm just making stuff up.
All I know is it's like a 3-drop white creature, and I was playing Vintage Cube on Saturday, and I saw she was in the list. It was really cool.
Gogari, of course, with Elves.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the cards in the Gogari, just in general, those uncommons are so crazy. The blighting is so crazy.
And then followed by, it's like actually a pretty stiff drop than as it elementals.
That makes sense. Which is crazy because that's like the inverse for standard. Is elementals seem to be the winner so far of like the tribe that's doing the most.
And that's the deck that I think I'm gonna play for the team event.
Nice.
Like I have
When's
to
the
go.
team event?
March 15th.
Nice. Who's your team?
It's me, Devin, and Ethan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I felt bad.
That's kind of cool.
I felt bad because I think like Jared was like messaged in the Discord being like, "All right, so me, Julian, and Frank, right?" And Ethan goes, "No."
No, yoink.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I already got asked.
I deleted our Chicagoland Team Finder channel because we're changing up the Discord to be more efficient, and we made one that was like upcoming events to make it just like all one channel.
Yeah.
And in the one that was the team builder one, we had just talked about how Marty and Ethan were like, we wanted to partner up, and I was like, I would love to be the third on that team. And Marty was like, yeah, for sure. And then I deleted that channel. I was like, no, I don't have the proof. And then I was like, they were just like, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Like, but if I get to play and be a team with Marty and Ethan, that'd be so much fun.
That would be fun.
That would be team Aura for sure. No, well, I don't know. Ethan kind of crashes out.
I was gonna say, I was like,
never mind. We'll see.
I love Ethan.
I was talking to Bailey last night, and she's like, he should talk to his therapist about that. But Ethan, when he loses, does crash out. Not Marty and I. Marty and I are graceful losers, humble losers.
Yeah.
Not that Marty does a lot of losing.
I was gonna say, well, this is actually kind of telling for me. Ethan said to me the other day, maybe it's a few weeks ago, he's like, yeah, I just want to hang out with you more because I just feel like we'd really vibe. And I was like,
fair.
And I was like,
you're always busy.
And I was like, that's true, we would. But in my head, I was like, Wait, does that mean that it's because I crash out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that would be Team Crash Out.
That would be Team
You,
Crash
Ethan,
Out.
and Jared. That's Team Crash Out.
I mean, me, Ethan, and Slater are kind of Team Crash Out.
Oh, you know what? Slater, yeah, that's a good point.
we are Team Crash Out.
I just feel like Jared also crashes out, dude. Honestly,
my gosh,
he should be your guys' coach. That's pure Team Crash Out right there.
No, because Jared coaching any of the three of us is gonna bring us further to Crash Out.
That's what I mean. Like, that's pure Team Crash Out.
Yeah. I want you to run.
Oh, like, you lost the die roll? Let's just pack it up. we're good here. Like,
I'm sorry. What is your limited?
Oh,
we should just quit.
He played a breeding pool.
Can we go home?
Yeah, like, yeah. So do you already pulls out the phone. Did you guys want to get Korean barbecue? I figured we could just drop after round 3.
He's just. I can just see him. He's just sitting there, like, messaging his girl. Today's gonna be awful.
Oh man. Oh, that's so funny.
He said before this, "I can't wait for the podcast." Now he's crashing out.
I was like, now I can't wait for episode 100 when you guys quit. Okay. All right. Enough talking about the bands. Enough talking about Lorwyn.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Standard Pro Tour because that was like the big thing that we missed last week.
Yeah.
Besides the bands, we wanted to wait honestly for this episode. Our biggest excuse was for this BNR. I was like really hoping unban or something they were like really gonna plan, or maybe Commander was finally gonna get the big change. Since they've like decided to like fix Commander, like brackets, all that shit. Do you remember when that started?
Yep.
That's like 3 years ago now.
No way.
Dude, it was like MagicCon for when I went.
That's true.
It was like, it's like last standard rotation. They're like, yeah, we're going to fix the format, guys. It's going to be stronger. This reminds me of when like EventLink first got announced, which to be fair, we got it. I have EventLink. It's what I've been using for years. But when they announced EventLink, it was in the packaging for Guilds of Ravnica boxes. Like the Wizards. It wasn't even called EventLink back then. It was called like Wizards Event Portal, like the new future of the product.
The future.
And then it took like almost to the rotation of Guilds of Ravnica, and then they were like, here it is, guys. We finally finished EventLink. And it was ass when it first came out. Like every pre-release would take an hour longer. We'd be like, try to start pre-release, frozen. There was one pre-release where they bugged it, so like everybody's timers kept sending the server packages, and it overloaded their servers. And they because people had the timer on their app built in, they coded it poorly, and it was just slamming their servers. So our 7:00 events coincided with the early events with EU, and that's when like all the big like. Anyways, we have EventLink now and it works.
Yes, sometimes.
And soon Commander will be a real format.
Yeah, soon tournament playable competitive format sanctioned.
Oh, dude, a Commander series would be so easy. Just hire me. I'll fix it. I'll fix it for you. We could have Commander, like CEDH, genuinely CEDH at every MagicCon, like a whole series, like MVP, like Commanders, like you get a trophy, like one of those.
Stana's gonna aura check, walk up to the table, and goes, "If any of you draw, you're banned, and you're out of the tournament."
No, I'm gonna do. This would be me if I actually had any power or authority. No politics. You can't talk to each other. Play.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You'd be like, if there's a whiff of far-away draw, banned. The whole table, you're out.
I mean, they could draw naturally. Anyways, okay, so Standard Pro Tour, really good event. If you had a chance to watch it, it was awesome. I didn't get to watch a lot of it because I was so busy at the store. I had it on the TV and tried to watch what I could. Honestly, these standard events have been such a pleasure to watch since like Duskborn, like banger after banger. The World Championship last year was amazing. The World Championship this past year was amazing. Duskborn was amazing. A lot of the Pro Tours since have been really good. That Pro Tour with Modern, where like the Edge of Eternity's Pro Tour with Modern, that was such a pleasure to watch. Just so much good Magic, honestly. it makes me really want to like I told you about that idea I want to do with like some YouTube videos for the channel, like talking about like really cool games. There's just so many to talk about now. I'm like, I just gotta find the time to do it, and now that I have a friend that does editing, I gotta just commit.
I think that one thing that would actually be really fun is because Magic has started to.
Sorry, there was like something flying in front of me.
Oh, I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, it's a little. Got it.
I think one thing that would be really awesome is because Magic has kind of progressed, like in like standard and modern so rapidly over the past, I'd say, year. I mean, it has been for a while, but like specifically the last year. We're getting a card every set that is like making its way into multiple formats.
Yep.
I think it would be interesting to go back and look at like around the time of Bloomborough.
Oh yeah.
And like look at those Pro Tours and then like start to go forward and be like, oh, and now this is what this and now this is what this format was like.
Like you could just like see the shakeups. Like, oh man, the format's getting a little unstable. I wonder what's about to happen. 7 bands.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. But yeah. Okay, so first thing, Frank already mentioned it. Top 8 Pro Tour, 7 of 8 unique decks, and the one that doubles up is a new deck, which is new and old. Kind of a returning face.
It's a returning face. It's just with new technology.
New technology, but a Duskborn guy doing the job. It's actually really cool. It's a cool. We'll get into it. Shout out to any of our buddies that were at the Pro Tour, by the way. I know we had Team Flex out there. We had a lot of our friends out in the Pro Tour. I don't know if anybody did really, really well. I didn't get to pay attention to that. But
you know how Kamari did?
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I have to talk to George about it. I know he said he was restructuring a lot of the team stuff. And I was more involved.
That guy never stops working.
George is, dude, I thought I worked hard, bro.
Yeah, like, God bless.
He kind of reminds me of my mom. Like, whenever I'm like feeling like I work too hard, I remember my mom and I'm like, never mind. I'm all right. I'm kind of like actually not him. Okay, so I've made a list of some of the newer deck lists that were in the event and like people that were piloting them. The main one, this is the one we were just getting at. 2 of this in the top 8. Demir Excruciator. Javier Dominguez was piloting this list, and it's actually kind of refreshing because the fact that he brought this deck, this is actually the deck that he was also rocking at not this year's World Championship, but the one from past year when Duskborn first came out. He was doing this exact same play style, except he was playing the Jace from Obi-Wan, Perfected Mind, and Restless Ridge, which is still legal technically.
Restless Reef.
Restless Reef, which is still legal, but that was how they were milling you. So the Excruciator, both of our decks shrink, mill with Jace, or attack you with a Reef and mill you out.
And the Reefs are still played, by the way.
Reefs are still played.
4.
Yeah, so this deck didn't really lose all that much, just the Jace from rotation. And so with the new technology available to them, they were willing to bring it back. Obviously for them, it was the fact that Deceit is such a playable card. I didn't actually get to put it in the show notes because I was in a rush with work, but I'll go over it now.
I've got all the lists pulled up if you want.
The lists I will want soon, only if we end up needing card names, but the most played cards from Lorwyn.
That list.
This list specifically, it really tanks after like the first 15. Like if you could look at the whole list, I posted in Discord. Shout out to our Discord, bro, join. But basically like the top 10 Lorwyn cards that were the most played were like fundamental format changing cards for standard, and they are super powerful, super balanced, but really aggressively powerful mid-range cards for the most part. The main one being Formidable Speaker. He got the most play of any card, which actually kind of surprised me. I know it's a powerful card, but that was the most impactful card from Lorwyn so far. Besides that, of course, the Shock Lance that we got, that's going to just be in every deck now. And then in like the top 15 cards, we've got the Incarnation Cycle, all the Evoke guys. Those Evoke guys have all done such powerful things for the decks that already exist. They're just like gaining all this new tech. And so Javier Dominguez and these guys that were playing Demir Excruciator, they basically took what the Reanimator living in, quote unquote, deck is doing with the Deceit plan and Superior Spider-Man, and putting that into the Mirror Excruciator deck. So now they have like a second game plan for the same deck, and they're not quite Reanimator, but they're not quite Excruciator. It's a really, really cool deck. Very powerful mid-range, but also like kind of has like a weird combo tilt. And it should be noted that Superior Spider-Man specifically is super messed up with Deceit, because he, just like he works with Bringer of the Last, whatever it's called.
The Last Gift.
The Last Gift, yeah. Bringer of the Last Gift, which is like their living end plan. If you pay double blue, double black with Spider-Man, you're actually casting Deceit with both of its Evoke. Correct. And so you get both abilities. That interaction, I think, alone is so powerful. I think it gives a lot of these Dimir decks, or Sultai, or whatever, combination of blue-black X, such a powerful like tempo swing, on top of getting like the 4/4 body, whatever you need in addition. Go ahead and add your notes to the deck.
Oh yeah, well the other thing I was going to say is that it also makes Excruciator really messed up, because the thing that they had to do in the Excruciator deck previously was like, I believe Excruciator is 5 all black mana.
Yes.
Where like now it's like, oh, I just have to spend a blue and a black, and I can still like exile the Excruciator, and I still get the trigger.
Yeah. Well, you're also getting it a turn early.
Yeah,
so like
turn
that. Yeah, that's a big deal. 4 mana Excruciator versus 5 mana Excruciator.
Oh, actually, Excruciator's 6.
6, sorry, exactly.
So even better.
Even better. High impact. You're getting a powerful creature. Go ahead.
The other thing that I think is really cool about this deck, if you're just like using one of the evoke creatures to evoke on turn 3, and you're playing Requiting Hex.
Or 2. Oh, I guess
Requiting Hex.
Yeah,
so
a lot of these decks are playing like Not Dead After All stuff, if that's what you mean.
No, so, I mean, yes, that's true too. But Requiting Hex is like the removal spell, the black removal spell that like is being played in every deck that touches black now.
Every deck. Can you actually read what the card says? Because
yeah, Requiting Hex is 1 black, instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may blight 1. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If the spell's cost was paid, additional cost was paid, you gain 2 life.
Yeah.
So they can evoke the creature, blight onto the creature that's already going to die, and then get the bonus effect.
Yes.
Which I think is really sweet.
Insanely powerful.
Yeah, because you can be like, cool, I'm playing against aggro, I'm drawing a card or you're discarding a card, and then I'm going to kill a thing and gain life. Yeah.
Isn't it funny that Not Dead After All is still legal in Standard?
Yes.
Like, it hasn't actually been that long since Scam was a thing.
I know.
I mean, it's about to rotate. Or no, theoretically, it should have rotated already.
It should have rotated.
That's.
But 3-year Standard, God bless.
Well, not just that, but like the 2026 extension. In theory, it would have had rotated a month ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so oh my gosh, yeah, oh my god, Magic is so freaking cool. This is so cool. Okay.
And you also get to like from this deck use a lot more like. You are rewarded for Bitter Triumph now.
Oh,
Bitter Triumph just doesn't have a downside.
Yes.
Because you're like, cool, pitch my Deceit for Superior Spider-Man.
Anytime discarding is good.
Pitch my Excruciator.
Bitter Triumph is such a phenomenal
Winter
card.
Night Stories, another deck that can play Winter Nights.
Yeah, one of the better decks that uses it didn't get that much play and didn't top 8, but I'll get into it later. The Rakdos Monument deck really feels like a modern deck to me. The next one on the list here I have is Sultai Elementals. John Emmanuel Depra, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm honestly butchering him probably.
Don't ask me.
But this is actually really cool because this deck and a lot of the elemental decks that are playing in green are heavily utilizing Formidable Speaker. I don't even think Elementals was the best Formidable Speaker deck because there's a lot of decks using Formidable Speaker. But he's playing this card in his deck. And he is the likeness for Formidable Speaker. This is his World Championship card. So, like, that's really cool to get to play your own card. And it's, like, busted, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that must feel so good.
What a flex.
Yes, dude. That must feel, like, really cool.
Do you see this card? I am the captain now.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That just reminded me. Fucking, we didn't actually get to talk about it because it happened last week. But rest in peace, our boy Kai Buddha. Like...
We've talked about him a bunch. That's so sad.
I posted it in Discord too, like the video of like the when he got the Player of the Year award named after him. Everybody crying. The feels. Anyways, yeah. So like, shout outs to these guys, bro, because like getting to play with your own card, and you know, like Javier Dominguez, John Emmanuel, these guys are like solidified like Hall of Famer, goated
Yeah.
players. Like, appreciate what we're getting, what these guys are giving us, like the technology that they're putting out because they get to play the game. It is really refreshing. But yeah, so it's super base to see this multi-elementals deck. So all these elemental decks are very like similar, but the one that was the most popular, the one that got the most play, and seems to be the most played right now in general, not just like in the Pro Tour, is the red version with Ashling. Ashling is one of the newer flip cards.
Yep.
And Ashling being able to give you all that mana expansion along with the 2-mana elemental that taps for 2 mana, I believe, to like make elementals. I think is what it is. There's like a 2-drop that says make 2 mana of any combination, but only for elementals or something like that. But it feels like I think the numbers were for, I think the Jess guy was the most
Flame
played.
Breeder.
Yeah, that's what it was. Flame Breeder, Flame Blender? Raider. And it says make 2 mana, right?
Yeah, add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only for elementals or activate elemental abilities.
Exactly. So this, in combination with Ashling, this is like seems to be like the core of the red version of the elemental decks. The Ashling card is very powerful, though. I don't know if you want to read what Ashling does. Ashling is actually pretty cracked. If you are playing limited, pretty cracked.
Ashling Rekindled. 1 in a red, legendary creature, elemental sorcerer. When this creature enters or transforms into Ashling Rekindled, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay blue. If you do transform, it's a 1/3. Transformation. Ashling Rhymebound. When this creature transforms into Ashling Rhymebound, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. Beginning of your main phase, you may pay red if you do transform Ashling.
Yeah, so it works out that you can use this mana for like Roaming Throne, but you can't use the Flame Braider for Roaming Throne, I believe, because it's not actually an elemental until it enters when you choose it to be a creature type.
True.
But these decks have found that you can just use Beza. So Beza's actually making a comeback, and they're using Beza as an elemental for their 5-drop slot. So like when they're going like, oh, going to turn 3, I want to really make a high impact 4-drop. Boom, Beza's back, baby. And it's actually kind of cool. It's really refreshing to see.
Yeah, Roaming Throne's a golem on this deck.
Exactly. And so until it comes into play, you can't name whatever creature type for all the abilities, but Ashling can still use its mana for it as a 4-drop, which is nice. Getting the Roaming Throne out on turn 4 can still go crazy with the triggered abilities. 3? I don't think you can do it on turn 3. Ashling's a 4-drop, a 3-drop, right? Or is Ashling a 2-drop?
Roaming Throne is a 4-drop, but right, if you play the thing on 2.
What thing?
Ashling Rekindled.
Oh, Ashling's a 2-drop.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was a 3-drop. Oh, I'm thinking of Formidable Seeker.
Yeah.
Okay, Ashling is a 2-drop. Yes. So if you get Ashling on 2, then you're Roaming Throne.
Flip it over, you get 2 mana.
I'm completely thinking of Formidable Seeker, which is the 3-drop. Well, I guess we should get into that guy too, because Formidable Seeker is insane. Mostly because it's basically like Survival of the Fittest in Standard. It really just feels like straight up survival, if you're familiar. Or, though that would be like Legacy power level, but like I guess the next closest thing would be, I forgot the name of the card, but it's like a green creature that's like Fauna Shaman. Tap, discard a creature.
Oh, yeah.
Like that effect is like Survival of the Fittest coded. And this guy gets it on ETB. That is like game-changing levels of power upgrade. Even though it's a 3-drop, like at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, 3 mana is a lot. But just the fact that it's an ETB and this is such a mid-range format, it is so insanely powerful. Formidable Speaker for I guess 3 mana green creature, and I forgot what the untap ability it has is. It's like pay a 1 and tap, and you can untap a permanent or something like that. I could be wrong, but that's not really what you play them for. On ETB, Formidable Speaker says you may discard a card. I'm not sure if it has to be a creature, but you have to discard a card. I think it is a creature, and then you can search your deck for any creature and put it into your hand. So if you're already discarding cards that you want to discard, which we're going to get into next, but
it doesn't have to be a creature.
It doesn't have to, which is crazy.
It says when this creature enters, you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a creature.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It feels like it should be a creature because the card is so crazy. But yeah, the fact that you can discard anything, tutor for any creature in your deck, super crazy. And then what was the ability?
1 and tap, untap target permanent.
Yeah. That second ability can matter, and like it'll definitely be like way EDH coded with like Nykthos. Maybe they'll do that in Pioneer. Maybe 3 Tree City might get some love, in the near future since we're doing tribal stuff anyway.
Cool.
Yes, I agree. Very cool. But the next deck I have on the list here of cool new decks and cool new technologies, 4-color Reanimator, not new, but the formidable speaker going into this deck. Let me discard my bringer. Let me tutor up Deceit, Wistfulness, Superior Spider-Man, so that you can actually combo. Like, it's so kind of perfect for the deck, and it's in addition to the fact that they're gaining Deceit, and Superior Spider-Man is already part of that deck, and Deceit kind of combos with Superior Spider-Man. I guess I should say synergizes with Superior Spider-Man the best of all the incarnations. It is so cool. And 4-color Reanimator has already been like one of the better decks that we've been talking about. It kind of held the format in check when people thought it was going too crazy for a while. Is it still around? Is it still doing stuff? Which is nice. It's just not quite as broken as everybody wanted it to be when Avatar came out. Or people were like expecting bans or whatever. And I was like, whoa, hold on. The next standard set's next week. Wait till next week at least. Anyways, there are a couple other deck lists that I have here that didn't top 8. But were new, hot, awesome decks I wanted to cover. So if you want to look up any lists and talk about stuff that you think is cool, feel free to interrupt me. But Celestia Landfall, this deck is kind of crazy. It's just literally all landfall stuff like Chocobo, Ice Till Explorer, Bristly Bill, all landfall. And then it main boards 4 Doorkeeper Trolls. It's Selesnya, but there's like a couple white cards. It's multi-mono green. I just think it's so funny because it's basically like the green landfall deck, but they're like, oh, we're only doing landfall anyway. Why not mainboard the Torpor Orb? Because like a lot of decks in the format actually get kind of hosed by the Doorkeeper Troll. Doorkeeper Troll is a really good hate piece right now, and this deck's like I can just mainboard it. So like kind of a secret tech deck. If you want to like snipe your FNM, snipe your store champs this weekend, Celestia Landfall. Sleeper deck for sure. You can surprise people. Really scary deck. The next one is Golgari Gravefall. This deck is actually so crazy. This deck is the kind of shit that I'd be playing. Like if I had free time, like I would be playing the crap out of this. It's a
time to download Arena.
It's another yeah. No, I'm never doing that. Unless you pay me. But I can play that moto with Julian.
Hashtag not sponsored.
I still have my MTGO, my mana traders. I have my mana traders. Anyways, Golgari Gravefall. This is a combo deck, but the combo is so beautiful. So this is another formidable speaker deck. Card is going to be an evergreen deck. It's like the new Courser of Krufix, honestly. Straight up evergreen deck just wants formidable speaker. We've got Bloodghast in the format. People might have forgot. Bloodghast is legal. It's an Aether Drift. And so, speaking of landfall, whenever you landfall, you get Bloodghast back. And the cool thing is that this deck basically combos with a sack outlet. And there's a... can you pull up this deck list, actually? The Gravefall deck while I'm yapping? There's a card that I'm forgetting the name of from Avatar. Okay. But basically... they're using, I forgot the name of the card, I think it's like Umbral something. It has sacrifice an artifact or creature from Lost Caverns, and you can surveil one. Umbral.
Umbral Color Zealot?
Yes, exactly. It's a vampire, I think. Might be. But all I know is that card says sacrifice an artifact or creature, surveil one. So, Bloodghast is an excellent sacrifice since you're landfalling to get him back. However, we've got a combo, excuse me, from Avatar, and more proof that I was right that Earthbending is the strongest of the 4 bendings, because there's a 4-mana creature in Avatar. While Frank is finding the deck list to pull it up, I don't remember the name of the card, but it basically says, whenever a creature you control dies, you can Earthbend. And you can kind of see where this is going if you know what Earthbending does. But for those who don't know, whenever you Earthbend, you target a land you control, and it becomes a creature. It gains haste, and its power is equal to like the counters it has, and from whatever number of Earthbend you put on it. And whenever something gets Earthbent, if that land creature were to die or leave play, get exiled, whatever, it will, no matter what, come back into play. So with that being said, did you find the name of the guy? No worries. With that being said, if you have this new avatar card with the Umbral Acolyte that can sack, you can sack your Bloodghast, get your free Surveil, and then because a creature died, you're going to get to Earthbend. So you Earthbend land, then you sack that Earthbent land, it comes back, you get your Bloodghast back. And that's kind of cool because I think the same list will play Agatha Soul Cauldron. If for some reason your Bloodghast has haste, I guess the reason would be that they have Tenorless Life. If your opponent has Tenorless Life, so your Bloodghast has haste, you can in theory make it so that well, you'd have to get counters on it. But if you can get counters on it, that'd be kind of crazy. With Outlaws of Thunder Junction though, while Frank's looking this card up. We have deserts in the play still, so I can't remember the name of the green-black desert, but it's like Festering something. Whenever a desert...
Is this the Golgari Rhythm deck?
It might be. I don't know if it's Rhythm or... when I saw it, it was called Gravefall. That's what they posted in the article.
Oh, are you thinking of the Outlaws card?
Yeah.
Lively Dirge.
No. I'm talking about... do you have the deck list? Just find the deck list, and then...
is this the one?
There's an avatar card. It's like a 4-drop. This doesn't look like the right deck list.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, so...
I just saw the first deck that said Golgari something.
No worries. It should just be pure Golgari, no red. But the Festering whatever is a desert, and what we remember from deserts, if you are a shout outs to Gabe, my fellow connoisseur of Outlaws Limited, enjoyers of 5-color drafting. Whenever a desert enters, you can ping your opponent for 1. So as you do this loop and you get your land back and it enters, you're shooting them for 1. And if you do this same loop without the desert, because you haven't found it yet, but you have a Judge's Insight, the loop with the Bloodghast is still infinite life. So it's kind of like Malira pod coded. It's very like Kitchen Finks, Ravenous or Murderous Redcap. And I'm living for this because it's like it's so old school modern that I can't understand.
Golgari Gravefall.
Yes.
Found the list.
It's so these decks are so old school modern. Whenever old
Avatar
heads,
card.
yes.
Beifong's Bounty Hunters.
Beifong's Bounty Hunters. That's the name of the card. But yeah, whenever the old heads are complaining like, "Oh, Magic's not what it used to be," brother, they literally are the same decks we used to play with, but cooler. Like it's the same shit. It's so cool.
This deck did cheeks, but this is super cool.
No, it's a strong deck. It's just like you have to be a very powerful planeswalker to pilot this.
Yeah.
Can you read the ability on the Beifong's
Bounty Hunters? When a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X.
When a what?
When a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power.
Yes. So you sack Bloodghast, Earthbend, sack the Earthbend. Boom, get your Bloodghast back, loop. And Treasure's Insight, Infinite Life, Festering Gloom,
From...
it should be the Desert Land.
Festering Gulch.
I should have known Gulch, that's like Halo coded. Festering Gulch, green, Golgari, ETB ping for 1. And there's your infinite damage. So like this deck list... getting into another Golgari combos type deck.
By the way, Umbral Color Zealot does absolutely look like a vampire. It's a human cleric. But it looks like a vampire.
Okay, you got me. Okay, so the next deck is another Golgari like combo style deck. This deck is like... They should call this deck... I'm trying to not be inappropriate. But like, if you have issues with a region, this will fix it. This is the deck that fixes that region. Because I was pointing to the North Star when I was looking at this deck list. I was like, well, my compass points straight, for sure. I know where I'm going. I'm not lost at all. But Abzan Roots, if you want to pull this deck list up, Abzan Roots, I mean, we've seen Insidious Roots decks before. And we've seen Absent Insidious Roots decks before because of Katramose. This guy's in the sideboard because the main board plan is so cool now. This literally, when I saw this list, I was like, I don't care what anybody says. Standard is awesome. I love this format so much. It's always been my favorite format. It's always been the best format. Fuck Legacy. Legacy sucks.
Whoa, we're going really
Standard
hard tonight.
is the best. It's not close. This deck cooks. Actually, Legacy is pretty cool right now too.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Beans is playable again.
shut up.
Beans, what the fuck?
The deck that brought me into Legacy and kicked me out.
Did you yeah, right. Did you find the Absent in the Roots deck?
No.
While you're finding it, I'm gonna go over Teamer Harmonizer. This one actually got to the top 8. So of the new decks that got low participation, Harmonizer. The reason they call it Harmonizer is the guy from Edge of Eternities, I think his name is, or I think that's the set. I forgot the first name, but it's like something Harmonizer, 4-mana creature, landfall doubles its power. And whenever you double power, it actually means you're giving your creature +X+O.
Might Form Harmonizer.
Might Form, thank you. I didn't know that. Frank's the guy that remembers the names. Splinter Twin honestly never looks so good. This is literally your Splinter Twin combo creature deck. I'm telling you guys, it's just modern, but from 2014, it's your standard format. It's
Ice Explorer
good.
is such a cool card.
Ice Explorer goes crazy. Ice Explorer gets played in modern too. Like that card is so cool. But basically,
Abzan Roots.
There we go, Absent Roots. Let's go over this deck list, and then we'll go over Teamer Harmonizer, because this one's actually in the top 8.
What? You want me to give the whole list? Or?
We don't have to go to the whole list, but like just get like the spot check, like the crazy stuff. You can skip like the mana dorks.
The first one is Dawnhand Dissident.
Oh yes, this is the elf, right?
Yeah.
So this elf, this is the deck right here. This elf is cracked.
Blight. So you can tap it. Blight
1 mana elf, by the way. 1 mana black elf.
Yeah, it's a 1/2. And it's a warlock as well, for anyone that cares. You can tap
Halloween
1,
Town.
Blight 1, Surveil 1. You can tap it to Blight 2, exile target card from a graveyard. During your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you owned exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying their other costs.
So like, here's why that's crazy with Insidious Roots. It's already obvious that like this card has good value, and the fact that you're getting to cast extra creatures, high value. Insidious Roots previously didn't have like a real benefit besides like Ketramos for the self-exile. You were drawing cards, but you were never like getting those cards out of exile back. Now you kind of are, because you can cast them. Blighting counters onto your guys will allow you to find counters to use for the casts. But even if you don't, every time you activate that ability with the Blight 2, you're activating Insidious Roots because the creature is leaving your graveyard. So if you pump enough plants into play with 1/1 counters, all those counters is just your ability to start removing counters to cast stuff out of exile. It's like super... It's like honestly the most value town. I'm going crazy. If you just let me, I'm gonna go like into a loop forever. You'll never stop me from having value. There was like 1 or 2 other cards. Obviously, it has Formidable Speaker.
But that's why I feel that Formidable Speaker matters.
Yeah.
For this deck, because you can then untap the Dawnhand Dissonant.
Yeah.
And then retap it.
Do it again. Exactly. Put a creature into your yard to have something to remove anyway. Tutor for the guys that you want for your deck. There was like 1 or 2 other new technologies for the Roots deck that made this deck kind of crazy. Molt Tender's obviously still in there.
Dundaloon Weaver, that one that you talked about from Limited, the one that says if you have 3 dudes, you bring a card back from your graveyard.
Yes, they play that as a one-of because they're trying to regrowth. But I think there was another regrowth effect they had in the deck too. Right. That though, that removes the card from your graveyard. That still triggers Roots.
Yeah.
So like that's what you do whenever they get you off of your piece that needs to be in
they're
hand.
Playing a one-of right of them off.
Yeah, right of them off because they have Critter Hoof.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Oh, oops! I pitched my Critter Hoof. I guess I'll just kill you.
And of course, they're playing Bedroom Mole Cub to make your Molt Tenders even better.
Why wouldn't they?
And, they're playing Skoos.
Yes, and Scavenging Ooze.
Scoozy.
Yes. And now Skoos is even more value because you're getting to cast those creatures you're exiling back. It should even have Nature's Rhythm in the deck.
Wait. I want to read to make sure that that's right. You can only cast cards that are exiled with Dawn Hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's still really good.
Still really good.
And the counters that you put on the Skoos from exiling creatures, that's gonna allow you to cast guys with the Dawn handle anyway. But like you said, the Formidable Speaker untapping the Dawn, that's gonna be your main engine anyway. Skoos is just there to get you extra guys. And at the end of the day, you are trying to create a hoof. You really want to create a hoof, and that's why you have Badgermoles and all the plants make mana, I believe.
I think that's correct.
So it does go crazy. It's definitely a Matt Bailey deck.
It's 100% a Matt Bailey deck.
It's such a Matt Bailey deck. Shout out to Matt Bailey's biggest fan if you're watching.
So the tokens,
Yeah.
the plants do make mana, but the plants make mana because of the ability from Insidious Roots. They don't make mana themselves.
Yes. That's
Insidious Roots says tokens you control have tap for
Yes,
mana.
I remember now. Okay, and then
They're also playing Emptiness, if anyone cares.
If you want to pull it up, this is one of the top 8 lists. Teamer Harmonizer. This one, for me, like if we're comparing these to old deck lists, this is like the twin deck. You're trying to get this guy out, and he's a 4-drop, but he's got Warp for 3. Now, Warp usually doesn't get there if you're trying to one-shot somebody, but there's this other card, and I forgot the name of the card. It's like a 1 mana red spell, and it's
Bore through full bore.
Yes, full bore. Yeah, because they call it like
the full boar's head.
Yes, full bore. This card says if your guy was warped, he gets trample and haste, but you also give it +3/+2, I believe. So
Yes.
now you're warping this Harmonizer, and he's got trample and haste because he warped, and whenever you landfall, you're doubling his power. So as early as turn 4, you can literally go 3 mana warp, play a Fabled Passage, double his power, crack, get a mountain in response to the landfall trigger, full bore, boom, he's an 11, double it to 22, and passes to the next because he's got trample and haste. And you're like, opponent, you got an answer? Nope. Boom. And it's a teamer deck, so these guys have access to Spell Snare. So they can turn off Shoot the Sheriffs, they can turn off Get Losts, they can turn off Badgermole Cubs. A lot of powerful 2-drops in the format.
Spider Sense.
Spider Sense is in the main board. Yes, they have ways to protect their guy, and they have ways to deny you your game plan. Shoutouts to Uncle Fred, because when Spell Snare got spoiled, I wasn't that excited about it. And then he basically went down the list of 2-drops in the format, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm completely wrong. Spell Snare is actually cracked in Standard.
Goated.
Even after they banned 10 cards and half of them were 2-drops, Spell Snare is still hitting tons of relevant cards.
It's like a main board in every blue deck now.
Yeah, honestly.
The deck I want to play, I mean, it is a spell slinging deck, but they're playing 3 of them.
Why wouldn't you play it? Everything that matters is 2. Just play it. And if you're playing it already, you probably have Winter Night Stories, or you probably have some kind of discard outlet. Throw them away when they don't matter. Sideboard them out when they don't matter. It's really powerful. The last really cool deck was Rakdos Monument. So this is another one, bro. I literally put in the notes. Bro thought he was playing Modern.
I hate you so much. You're making me go through like these like this is like 6 pages to get to get to this one person that played this deck.
Yo, like 2 people played this deck. 2.
Actually.
Okay, so Rakdos Monument. This guy really thought he was playing a Modern, bro. This guy is playing Modern in like 2016 because he's playing Flamewake Phoenix, bro. This guy thought he was playing Hollow One and Street Rates. It's literally Rakdos Monument, but it should just be called Rakdos Discard. It's like a pure discard deck. They're even mainboarding like an elf that's like 2 mana. Discard a card to gain indestructible. They've got Fear of Missing Out in the deck, and this deck is playing Moonstalker. 1 mana menace that gets bigger when stuff hits the graveyard. So you're just like discarding like crazy with a monument. No, it's literally the new one from Lorwyn. It's like got 6 minus counters on it, and it becomes a 7/7.
Oh yes.
Moon Shadow.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one. I was thinking of the one from
The Lost Caverns guy.
Lost Caverns, yes, and every time you descend,
He gets bigger when you descend. Yeah, he could be in the deck list too. Actually, I could be. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah, Flaming Phoenix in the graveyard. You want to discard it, and you're gonna get 4 power from your Moon Shadows or Moon Stalkers, whatever they're called. You've got the Lizard guy, the discard cycling lizard that gets bigger when you discard. That they use in the same Hollow One deck. I forget his name. He was played in. He was played in the VV deck for a while too. The annoying one drop.
Oh, what's the shark's name?
Oh, Marani Miko.
Thank you.
Yes, as soon as you said shark, I remembered. Yeah, so Marani Miko is into the list, and it's just all discard all day. Fill up the yard, play some Flaming Phoenixes, get your value, and the extra damage from FOMO matters. It's got really powerful grind with the Flaming Phoenixes, and the guy having Shadow, the Moon Shadow having Menace is like kind of cracked, and getting him to 7 power, honestly, not that difficult in this deck. It is really cool. It is really also interesting to see like a non-Izzet Monument deck that's not just doing generic spell stuff. Maybe there could be a Grixis version of this same list just to get value from a card like Boomerang Basics, but we'll see. As far as like the metagame breakdown is concerned, I don't really want to get into it too much, just because a lot of it is just numbers.
Oh,
it's just numbers. Like if I just read off a list, your eyes are gonna gloss over. If you're driving, you're gonna get in a car accident from boredom.
yeah, unlike me, who's gonna get into a car accident from playing TFT while I drive.
Frank is the meme of Chandra during Eighth Drift, like the. I didn't get my 7th Demacia.
Son of... or like me trying to go around Carousel and like I'm like trying to click while also driving, and then I get on the wrong...
You turn your steering wheel in the direction you want the carousel to go.
And then I hit the wrong item and I'm like, damn it. I'm gonna lose.
Anyways, when Frank's going to work, stay off the roads.
No, not to work. I only have a short drive. It's only when I'm driving to like Sabrina or something.
When Frank's going to church, stay off the roads. Excuse me. Sorry about the yawn. Anyways, okay, so I don't want to read up on the stats, but
did hot. This deck went 7-3.
I told you. Anyways, shout outs to Roxy.
Moon Shadow.
Metagame breakdown. The only thing I want to bring up is there was a lot of rhythm between Simic and Bant. Combined, they went for 30%. But individually, they went for 15%. And then at other, 30% other. There was 92 decks in the other section. That means there was like 50, 60 something decks in the room. Like that room was packed with different decks and different diversity. A lot of what our predictions were in terms of decks that were going to stayed good, like Reanimator, Control,
Blue Black,
Lessons, Blue Black, and then a lot of new stuff from Lorwyn.
Badger Mole Cup stuff.
Shaking the mole. Badger Mole Cup being good, but not necessarily bannable. We'll see if that holds true in the future.
Yeah. Ethan owes me and Julian an entry. He bet that Badger Mole Cub against us, like bet that Badger Mole Cub will be banned. And Julian and I were like, no, it's
Ethan's
not.
my group Ironman partner right now in RuneScape, so you guys better not bully him.
Oh, I'm bullying him. I'm bullying him for him to pay for that event.
You got owned, Ethan. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'll go over really quickly what the top 8 breakdown was for the quarterfinals. And then I guess for the whole top 8, and then we'll wrap up the show there, just because we've been going for a couple hours. But top 8 quarterfinals, we've got Francisco Sanchez. Actually, also like top 8 this time was pretty. I'm sure a ton of these players are like phenomenal and not like new, but I didn't recognize all these names. I thought it was pretty refreshing that it was like not like the same guys in the top 8 like for once. As far as I know, I don't know any of these guys. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Post their resumes. I'll go read it, and if I'm wrong, I will apologize. But I didn't recognize these names, and that was refreshing for me. But you got Francisco Sanchez. Izzet Lessons. He loses 2 to 3. A lot of these also went to 4 or 5 games, which is really cool. Not a lot of like 3-0 sweeps. No Seth Manfields. He loses to Christopher Larson. Actually, I think I do remember. I think I do know Christopher Larson, but Demir Excruciator. So the Excruciator deck owning the Lessons, but Lessons is still top 8ing. People said the deck was dead. you could just still keep playing it, you know? Eduardo Sajkalik, is it Elementals? He 3-0s Cyprian Tron. This guy's last name is Tron, by the way.
Tron?
That's so Giga Chad. If I knew who he was, he'd probably be my friend because that's based. But he was playing Bant Airbending, loses to Is It Elementals, 3-0 sweep, so it must be a really good matchup for the Elementals. I mean, I think anything that's playing red has an advantage against these Badgermold decks because red has such good removal anyway for what they're trying to do. Fire magic, stuff like that. Even if you're not playing like the lessons cards. Tony Portolan, Teamer Harmonizer, 3-2 victory over Guglielmo Lupi on the 5-color rhythm deck. Excuse me. Sal, edit that out.
Sal,
just kidding. Mods, twist is no tech.
Oh my gosh.
I love that this guy got into it with 5-color rhythm when like everybody's playing like these generic like 2 and 3-color rhythm decks, and he's like, I'm playing all of them. Like, you know, I really actually wish I had looked at this guy's list because I want to know what the 5-color is. I'll laugh if it's just generic and he has like a Progenitus or something. Like, but anyways, Luis Salvato, the other Demir player, actually loses 3-1 against Marco Balaca playing Jeskai Control. So, kind of interesting because I actually thought Jeskai Control seemed favored to me against Demir Excruciator. I'd personally rather be the Jeskai player. In the quarterfinals, the Jeskai player seemed to have an easy time. I don't know if there's a ton of differences between Luis's list and Christopher Larson's list. But in the semifinals, Christopher beats Is It Elementals 3-2 with the Demir deck. Tony on the Harmonizer deck 3-0s the Jeskai player. And I think that's what did it because once the Jeskai player was out of the mix, the Harmonizer player had to play against the Excruciator deck. And had the Jeskai deck not had to play against Harmonizer, which I think is like also a bad matchup. I think that the Harmonizer deck is like playing Twin against Control. And you're like, combo finish, you know, smokes them. But the Control player probably would have beat the Excruciator deck in the final had he got there. And so, like, this is a pretty interesting top 8 to me because Christopher Larson, congrats, wins with Demir Excruciator. 3-2, so not a clean victory, but a really hard-fought match against Teamer Harmonizer, Tony Portolan in the finals, and Demir Excruciator making a comeback. You know, Duskmourn is still in the format, really powerful cards. Not a green deck winning. Everybody was saying green's the best color now. Is it's the best, and you know, taking it all the way back.
Yeah.
Not Kaito.
Yeah, I think one of the things that was really interesting about this whole, you know, everyone raging about Badgermold Cub is that, like, even in the Wizards article, they specifically said that Badgermold Cub was, like, one of the most represented cards. However, it, when paired into a non-Badgermold deck,
it was losing.
Like, yeah, it had, like, a really low...
It was the most represented, most losingest card.
I actually think that...
Which I think speaks volumes to the card. It is that strong, but it's, at the end of the day, a creature, you know?
Well, and the printing of Rick Riding Hex being an instant speed 1-mana removal for a 2-drop in black also probably really helps.
100%, yeah. The thing is, the removal is so good in the format across the board. In all, like red and black specifically. Like, I think if you're playing red, you are spoiled for choice. And if you're playing Is It Lessons, like the removal's free. You're like mainboarding like 12 spells.
Well, I'm just gonna put in now that Rick Riding Hex is not like it. It almost to me feels like it's on the level of Cut Down. Because Cut Down... Arguably
better. I want to compare more to like Fatal Push.
Well,
I feel like it's in between.
Yeah, because the thing that was good about Cut Down was that it could still hit some 3-drops that had game.
It could hit some 3-drops, right? Like Rafine.
Rafine, right?
But that felt designed intentionally.
Yes, it did feel designed intentionally. But, you know, Requiting Hex can hit just kill any 2-drop.
Any 2-drop.
And even if they make it big...
And that matters, too, with Ouroboros running around. Like, if you tried to cut down after an Ouroboros trigger, you lost.
Yeah.
But Requiting Hex is saving your ass.
Right, well, the same was true with Rafine. It got a single counter from an attack, and you felt bad about Cut Down.
Yes.
I mean, now, Requiting Hex, anything, it doesn't matter if it's got counters on it when it's, like, small. You just kill it.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. It's honestly
And
really
the
nice to see.
healing is like, the healing is so good for aggro.
The +2 is really nice because you can still play aggro. On these other lists, there was a ton of people playing Red Deck Wins, Red Leyline, Boros, a lot of, and for better or for worse, I mean, this is kind of what a healthy format should look like, right? Like, we've got the diversity, but we still got like the top-notch 4 or 5 better decks, better archetypes rather, and man, this is a good time to play RCQs. I mean, ours have been having decent attendance. I don't know what it's like elsewhere. Sorry to that one guy in Nebraska that didn't fire twice or whatever. I want to say, like, it's your store's fault, bro. Like, tell them to advertise better. Like,
that is so awkward.
What?
I don't know how that happened, but I don't know if Siri just like, I just called one of my old managers right now.
Well, hopefully your manager watches the podcast because then they'll know what happened.
He doesn't, but I don't even know how that happened. I was literally on Discord, and then it was like calling Dave Shia, and I was like,
whoopsies.
How?
Well, we're going to end the show so Frank can go explain to his manager why he butt dialed him.
At midnight.
At midnight. Hey, bro, sorry. You up? ? Anyways, anything you want to add before we wrap it up?
No. I'm just really excited for like what's happening specifically within the world of Standard. I think that Magic is going to be sweet. I can't wait to actually get back into playing.
I mean, honestly, card games are so fun right now. Even if you're not playing Magic, I would love to yap about other card games on the show too. But it's just like our main shtick is Magic. But every other card game is doing so well right now. At least the ones that I stock. You know what I actually got randomly today too in my shipment? Flesh and Blood came in. And I don't stock Flesh and Blood. I just got like a case of Flesh and Blood. I'm going to figure out what that's about and see who wants it because I don't remember ordering that.
Yeah.
It's really just one case. It just showed up. So I don't know if they're like, here's an advertising case or something. Anyways, like Earthbound, great. Pokemon, great. Hololive, great. Star Wars, great. Wide Shores, great.
Flesh and Blood, anyway.
Flesh and Blood, supposedly doing fine. I have friends that play. I'll try not to talk shit on your game. Sorry.
I won't.
I don't know anything about it. Universe is doing fun for me.
I'll say how I feel.
I never played it, but I've heard Flesh and Blood is like baby Universes. So my Universes guys are having a good time. They just got Guilty Gear. And yeah, so if anything we left out that we didn't talk about, our next episode is going to be covering Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pre-release and Frank's usual tips and tricks or how to win your locals. Get that 3-0, get that sick prize packs.
Try and win Stan's box that keeps evading Gabe.
And Alex Newton, so what we do for pre-release is if you go undefeated the whole weekend, you get a box of the new set. But you have to go 12-0 and no collusion. But nobody's done it. I think the closest was 11-1. I think Alex and Gabe have both gone 11-1.
I think I had a day where in the last event, lost on 2-0.
Yeah.
I think I did the same. I think I was 11-1 once. And then,
that's rough. Yeah, 11-1 feels bad, but you gotta get it. You gotta earn it. I'm gonna put bounties out next time if somebody starts off like 9-0. Like bounties, if you beat them, 4 packs.
4 packs.
It saves me a box.
That's so funny.
But anyways, if you were here for the whole time, thank you so much for watching the show. Sorry we have been gone so long, and we'll try to keep getting more content out for you guys, for the love of the game, and hopefully I'll get a haircut by the next episode. Anyways, with that being said, that's our show. We'll catch you next time with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, and Frank will be in the theater.
I will.
All right, well, catch you guys next time.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, I lied.
Anyway, before we leave our show, first off, thank you to our patrons.
Yeah. Shout out.
Always supporting our show. We truly, really appreciate it. Wow, you pulled a me from earlier. So thank you so much for supporting our show. You mean the world to us. We love you. We love you. Shout out to Nancy Steroids for doing our intro and outro music. Please go ahead and give him a check out on Spotify. He does get a boost from our listeners, and he would appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out to MTG Chicago for doing our editing, for doing the recording and the store, our thumbnails.
And the camera.
Those are goated. And the camera. Please go ahead and check out his channels, Riftbound Chicago, MTG Chicago,
and Painter's Servant,
where you can learn about all the different history of
He's
artifacts.
doing the history of all the artifacts.
Magic. And then shout out to Boar's Hot Gaming for allowing us to do all of our recording here. We love you, especially the new store, old store. Not rest in peace, sorry, don't miss you.
Or that landlord.
Yeah,
Shout out to our homies at Play Slot.
Yeah, and they're actually so funny that no one's still in there.
I know, I drove past it.
They kicked you guys out, and now
you gotta go, we got a tenant, and it's empty. I don't wish things on anyone, but whenever I drive by, I'm always like, nice.
It wasn't me. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into our show. We'll see you next for TMNT, and we'll catch you next time.
Peace.